Hello there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astronumerologist. Welcome to your Capricorn full moon astronumerology forecast happening July 8th in Los Angeles, 9:06 p.m., July 9th on Sunday everywhere else, including Universal Time, 5:06 a.m. London and 12:06 a.m. right after midnight on Sunday New York time. So it is a weekend full moon, and that's a really good thing because we're dealing with some intense, passionate energy here. This one is going to be transformational. First of all, it's the first full moon after we reach the second half of 2017. And that number 17 figures greatly in this full moon, which I'll go into in a sec. First, let's look at Capricorn, where the moon is. Capricorn rules the 10th house in astrology. And the 10th house is about your career, your mission, your standing in the world. It is the father, it is authority, your profession. And so it is a moment of really looking at where you are in the fulfillment of your birth promise, meaning your mission. Where do you find yourself? And you're going to look very, very deeply because Pluto is conjunct this full moon. And Pluto goes to the depths, to the unseen depths, to the underworld. Pluto rules Scorpio, and the Scorpio stinger is part of seeing what the truth is beyond the subconscious awareness, to make it visible. So this is going to be an amazing time to really give birth to something that is beyond what you perceived it to be. This is a moment of rebirth too, because Capricorn is a cardinal sign, and the cardinal signs Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries signify a rebirth, a new beginning, a beginning of a cycle, an initiation. It's a very creative. Cardinal signs are all about enterprise and creating something from scratch. They signify the onset of the 4 seasons when we get into those signs. So when we look at this Pluto energy merging with the moon in Capricorn, the moon being the ruler of Cancer and the sun being opposite the sun in Cancer, so the moon is opposite its own sign, being merged with Pluto, and the sun is opposite the moon, being merged with Mars, which is a fire planet, an action planet, ruler of Aries. We've got a lot of cardinal energy here. So this tight conjunction with Moon and Pluto is going to create an emotional purging. It's like the phoenix will rise from the ashes, create some kind of transformation, a culmination of a long journey, really, is what this is. When you think about it, Pluto and Uranus have been square for a long, long time, and that square is now dissipating, which is a good thing, but sometimes it's still being activated. So this journey that we've been on since 2011, really, end of 2010, is now coming to a major rebirth moment where we really, really can purge, which is what Pluto does. We can really release those programs and the habits that we've carried with us. They really are so easy. Those structures are crumbling, and it's so easy now for us personally to just let them go and let this fresh, new, raw energy, this soul renewal to take place, right? So then to help us with that transformation, the sun opposite the moon is conjunct Mars. Now, first of all, Mars and Pluto, which are opposite each other right now in this full moon, are the co-rulers of Scorpio. Mars is the previous ruler of Scorpio, Pluto the current ruler. So this is, again, a very deep watery energy. Remember, the sun is in Cancer, a water sign. Scorpio is a water sign, so emotional. The full moon is already emotional. So the sense of feeling things and maybe hesitating a little bit because, when we're in Cancer, when the sun is in Cancer, Cancerians are so sensitive, so intuitive, feel everything around them that they take that shell, that crab shell, and they try to sometimes hide how they feel as a defense mechanism. So we have to make sure we don't do that we become vulnerable and allow the purging to happen to set us free to move forward. So that intensity that Mars is bringing in, being with the sun, opposite Pluto with the moon is a good thing because it's firing us up to actually allow ourselves to feel. On the other hand, if we are in a place or if we are around people who are, not in harmony or feeling out of sync in some way and resort to anger, we need to understand that that also can be triggered with this opposition. So just be very aware of that. Really go into a deep meditation, go into a place of serenity, breathe deep if that happens to you or even if you feel it yourself. Now I want to go to this number 17 now because it ties into the Capricorn theme. Capricorn rules the 10th house, as I said, which is about your career. Now, the sun and moon are at 17 degrees. And what's so amazing is not only are we in 2017, but July this year is a 17 universal month in numerology. So we've got a triple 17, 17, 17 code activated with this full moon. Now 17 is the number of immortality. It is the number of infinite strength and leaving a legacy behind. So what you are focusing your intentions on this month, and especially around this full moon, will leave a lasting impact on your life. So you want to make sure that you are completely aligned and invested in what it is that you're putting your energy into, because it will manifest. 17 is a big manifestation number, and it will have a lasting effect on your life. So with the influence of Capricorn as well, Capricorn being about your career, this will happen most likely in the vicinity of your mission, of your birth promise, what you're here to do, what your work in the world is. So really focus on that. I know it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere and a lot of you are on vacation this month. That's okay, as long as you take some time, especially, around this full moon and whenever you can in the 17 universal month, you want to make sure you focus on that spiritual mission that you're on and creating some really powerful intentions and moving the energy towards what it is that you want to create in this lifetime. Now, as I said, the sun is conjunct Mars, moon is conjunct Pluto, opposite each other. This is incredibly intense, very emotional. You need to make things real. You need to take that fire of Mars and the total transformation, emotional energy of Pluto to make life happen. Pluto is power. Pluto was named after plutonium. So, all P words that you look at that define careers are very, very powerful careers. And so even the Latin word for father starts with P, pater and pope, and then there's prime minister and president and, principal, there's just physician, pharmacy, pharmacist, very important leadership positions in society start with that letter P. It is about power, and even the word power starts with P. So know that Pluto is giving you the power to succeed. Okay, so Pluto is there to help you, but you need to go deep and let go of those feelings that are no longer serving you anymore. You need to purge them and allow them to transform, because that's what Pluto really rules, is life, death, transformation, rebirth. So now I want to just tell you about a couple other transits that are beautiful, that are accompanying this full moon. The first is Mercury sextile Venus. Mercury, the mind, the messenger, sextile Venus, the planet of beauty and love and your values. And this is a release valve for us energetically because it's such a beautiful, calming, fun, playful energy to really complement that intensity. So it allows you to connect with others with joy and to communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings in a very friendly, relaxed way. And the great thing is that Mercury is the first planet to transit through Leo, the sign of Leo, since the North Node entered Leo in early May. So Mercury is the first planet to come and join the North Node in Leo. And what does that mean? The North Node in Leo was a major shift that we had when we started focusing on shining our light being in touch with who we are as light workers, light beings, because Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is our source of light. It is our star. So when the North Node entered Leo, which only happens every 19 years, it triggered that beautiful connection with our inner light, wanting to be and create the greatest joy through leadership and confidence. And the amazing thing about this time around, when the North Node is in Leo, is it's forming this grand trine with Saturn and Uranus, which I talk about at length in other forecast videos. But it's a very fortunate grand trine of manifestation and shifts into new perceptions and understandings. There's a lot that's changing right now. And so in a really good way. So Mercury is now entering Leo and joining the North Node and then forming the sextile with Venus, the planet of abundance and love. And so this is a beautiful moment coming up now through July for us to be supported by this grand trine, which is being triggered as a result. Also, Uranus, part of that grand trine, in Aries is at 28 degrees, which is a critical degree in astrology. And Chiron is at 28 degrees in Pisces, another critical degree. And when two major slow-moving planets are on critical degrees, like we have right now, it signifies a shift, a pivot point. So all of these energies are coming together really to move us, to take us to a new place and really recalibrate the landscape that we are journeying on to allow for a new vision to emerge much more easily, taking us to that place of nirvana, that place of bliss. You can see it now. You have it in your vision, and this is the time to really go for it, to take the steps, the Saturn steps. Saturn rules Capricorn, this full moon. Saturn saying, take the steps, make it happen, move forward, take the lead. And finally, there's a beautiful 150-degree inconjunct between Neptune and Jupiter. They're both at 14 degrees, which is this is exact. And so this makes you very generous and gives you a sense of idealism. You feel really good. You're very receptive. You're very open to spiritual inspiration, to source, to the universe, joining you, partnership with spirit, for you to even travel multidimensionally and travel in general. It's a beautiful aspect for traveling. This also happens right during the full moon. So this full moon really is a fantastic opportunity to implement your dreams at the highest levels, in partnership with the universe, in partnership with your guides. So you really want to invoke that every day, at least once, in order to help you to use this energy and leverage it so that your life really, really takes that transformative turn that it's meant to right now. So create something that you want to have in your life, take with you in your life for the rest of your life, whether that's a partnership, a career move, a health decision, a new habit, some kind of connection that you make that really infuses you daily with beauty and joy, because this 17 number with Capricorn is about immortality. So take that confidence, take that joy, take what nurtures you in the deepest way, make it happen, move forward, and create that beautiful, beautiful moment right now around this full moon and around July. And if you want to know the most important transits week by week, then make sure you sign up for my free weekly forecast. Just click on the link in this video and it'll take you to a place where you can sign up, and they arrive in your inbox every Sunday, giving you the highlights of the week. Have a beautiful, wonderful, inspiring, and transformative Capricorn full moon. And I will see you in about 2 weeks or so for the new moon in Leo. Now that's going to be a big one, and it precedes 2 eclipses that are coming up in August. So make sure you watch that as well. Lots of love. Bye-bye for now.